be set in position full time.
I think getting that anywhere, you know, it's like, because I was living in Salt Lake City, and you could live on that wage there, but since I left, I don't think you can anymore. It's changed so much in the last, I think COVID had a lot to do with it, because of all the crazy restrictions in California, they all fled, and Utah's one of the places that just exploded during that time. I think this secret of Salt Lake City's out. Everybody thinks it's like this crazy weird Mormon town, and it's not. Everywhere around it is, but not Salt Lake City. When I moved there, the city mayor, so they have county mayor and city mayor, but the city mayor was an out lesbian that was married to a woman.
Okay.
And that was our city mayor. And I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that in Utah.
Yeah, I would have never imagined that.
But yeah, like, and she was Jewish too.
Perfect.
Well, that was only her first one, though. The other three were wrong.
But you look at the legislature, and that's a whole different story, man.
I like that.
Yeah, so they say, oh, the church doesn't have power, and blah, blah, whatever, man. Like, 90-something% of the legislature is Mormon.
Interesting.
You're telling me they legislate against their beliefs in a way?
No.
And they don't hold good standing in the church. Like, everything's about holding good standing in the
Yeah.
church. They call it good standing.
Yeah.
So you have to pay your tithing, 10% of your salary, unless you're ultra loaded, and then just having your name associated with the church is good enough for them.
Yeah,
But
sure.
if you're just Joe Schmuck, you gotta pay your 10%, or you're not in good standing. You have to do your mission. Like, if you don't pay your tithing, you can't even get married in the temple.
Yeah, I
Even
know.
if you're like a lifelong Mormon.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's what it used to be like the Catholic Church here. If you weren't tithing, forget about it. Forget about it. And literally every Sunday, by Monday, if there wasn't something in the envelope on Sunday, you get a phone call.
Really?
Is there a problem this week?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're like insane pressures. It's like, I don't know, I felt like, because I'm not anything, so like, when people would like ask me what ward I'm in, I'm like, I don't know. I'm not Mormon.
Yeah.
That's their little like subtle way of asking you if you're Mormon.
Yeah.
Which ward do you live in?
Yeah.
I don't know. One maybe, because I'm like in downtown. Like, I don't know. And then the other like
2-minute warning, everybody. 2-minute warning. Here we go.
their like keyword is like doing service. It's another way, like if you're not doing service, you're not like being good graces with the church. That part, I don't know. I think that's kind of cool actually. They do a lot of like church stuff.
I just like how BYU has like a 43-year-old starting quarterback in the football team.
Yeah.
They've done their service. Come back and still help the building.
But even the ones right out of high school, they'll be like football player, sophomore, and his wife and 2 children.
Right.
You're like, what?
His third weapon.
19 years old and has
Having
2
fun.
kids.
Just having fun.
But BYU's got that code of conduct,
They got what?
that crazy code of conduct,
Yeah.
where like, and that's like a big problem, like there are these sexual assaults, and none of the women would like report them, because then they're outing themselves for being in a situation that goes against the code of conduct.
Sure.
And they get booted.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no like forgiveness or whatever, no.
And it's BYU's, it's hard to describe. It's kind of like the Ivy League schools, I guess, where they're like legacies. So it's like, it's not like, oh, I got kicked out of school. It's like you're letting down your dad, grandpa, his dad, you know, your great grandpa, you know, like all these family members are like ashamed and they don't have anything to do with you. Like the shame thing is bigger than one thing.
Mike's never sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tommy did it for us.
Okay. That's how I do it for you. Mic check for Tommy. Mic check 1. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Good, Tommy? Okay.
Nate, Friday, sign next to the mayor, you choose here. Michael, and James over here. There you go. Everyone set? Mayor Byron.
Good afternoon. I want to thank the members of the media for joining us today. Today I'm here with our Commissioner of Public Works, Nate Martin, Commissioner of Fire, Bill Ronaldo, First Deputy Police Commissioner Al Wright, our Emergency Services Manager, Thomas Luby, our Director of Citizen Services, Oswaldo Mestri, as well as James Morrell, the NFTA Director of Public Transportation, and Mike Fries from the National Weather Service. I want to thank Mr. Fries and Mr. Morrell for taking time to join us today for this update. We have all been working continuously to update residents on the winter storm and to deal with the storm conditions that we're experiencing in the city of Buffalo. It's important to note that the travel ban is still in place, and we want residents to continue to cooperate. Safety is our #1 priority for residents in the city of Buffalo. At this point, 164 tickets have been written to individuals that have violated the traffic ban. There have been 26 accidents that Buffalo police have been responded to, 3 accidents with injury, and Buffalo police have had to respond to 10 stranded motorist calls. And unless you are an essential worker, you should not be a stranded motorist. So we're asking people to continue to follow the driving ban. In a city of almost 280,000 people, just writing 164 tickets is pretty good. We thank the public for their cooperation with the driving ban. The snow shifted into the city of Buffalo earlier this morning. Our DPW crews have been salting and plowing mains and residential roadways in the city. We now have 328 pieces of snow fighting equipment on the streets of the city of Buffalo at this time. Another reason why the driving ban is important: we do not want motorists to have any potential of colliding with heavy equipment clearing streets in our city. Our Emergency Operations Center was activated yesterday at noon and has been up and running ever since. For those that are in need of shelter, our emergency warming shelters are open. There are 9 shelters in the city of Buffalo. The full location of shelters is available on the city website. We have digital message boards posted in high traffic areas of the city to provide additional messaging to residents to follow directions to keep them safe in the city of Buffalo. We've made accommodations for those who might be having difficulty finding parking in the city. Residential area parking lots have been opened for free for city residents, and 4 of the city parking ramps have been opened for free for city residents to accommodate people's parking needs and to get as many vehicles off the streets of the city as possible. For those who have not already signed up for Buff Alert, the city's emergency notification system, we want you to do that. Text your zip code to 38276. Again, to sign up for Buff Alert, please text your zip code to 38276. As we look forward to Monday, I would like everyone to know that there have been some changes to sanitation pickup. Sanitation and recycling pickup will be pushed back one day this week. So if your normal pickup time is on Monday, it will be Tuesday. If your pickup is Tuesday, it will be Wednesday, and so on. We thank residents for their cooperation with that. Please do not put out your trash and recycling early. Trash and recycling pickup is pushed back for one day. I want to again thank the public for their cooperation with the driving ban, with alternate parking regulations. The cooperation that we've received from the public has been excellent. Now I want to turn things over to Public Works Commissioner Nate Martin.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner.
And first, I'll start and echo the mayor's statements about the cooperation of our residents. You know, we had some of those tickets issued, as you mentioned, but the vast majority have been off those roads, and it's been really helpful to our team and our private contractors. That group, our team has been going on all night. I was out early in the morning, really before that snow ban moved back into the city. It was north of the city most of the night, and driving around the city 3, 4, 5 a.m., it was pretty clear. The roads were decent. And right at about 7 o'clock, that front really moved back into the city and hit us pretty hard. And that was the same time we had our private contractors engaging. So we had some strategic sessions with them yesterday, and they were mobilizing at 7 a.m. to get to their area. So our crew, our main DPW crew were on mains and secondaries, and we put those contractors, as the mayor mentioned, 328 of them, different pieces of equipment, into the residentials to make sure we were hitting the fabric of our community all at once, all sectors of the city. So we know those have been successful. As of 1:30, 59.5% of our streets have been passed at least one time by our own equipment. Supplement that with our private contractors, which we're getting some of those reports back now, so that rate of coverage is much higher. But for a period of time this morning, we could go down a street and maybe a half an hour later, the snow was blowing so much that it might not look like we were there. So we're continually rotating across all the neighborhoods in the city. We'll do that throughout the day today, the afternoon, into the evening, and overnight as well. So DPW-wise, we're pushing in all parts of the city.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Again, I want to thank James Morrell, Director of Public Transportation, for the NFTA for being with us, and Mike Fries from the National Weather Service for being here. We would like Mr. Morrell to give us an update from the NFTA, and then Mr. Fries to give us an update on what we're looking at as it relates to weather.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. NFTA Metro resumed limited bus service this morning. We suspended service last night around 9:30. Bus service is limited based on the weather conditions of the street and the routes that we serve. Our rail service is fully operational at this time. Our paratransit service is also limited due to the condition of the streets. Many of our clients have already canceled, and we suggested they call in and reschedule their trips if necessary. We continue to adjust service as weather conditions shift throughout the city and change throughout the day. And we really appreciate our government partners, including the City of Buffalo, in helping us communicate these updates. Regarding the Bills game day service tomorrow, we have all the drivers lined up and ready to provide game day express service to our same locations that we have previously throughout the year. We ask that you check our website, make sure that the strips are still there and ready to go, and to arrive early to make sure that individuals that are willing to take the bus out to the game, that they get there early so they can get a seat and get to the game safely. With regards to aviation, at the Buffalo Airport, most flights have been canceled or delayed. The airport remains open, our main runway remains open, and the FAA control tower remain open. What we advise travelers to do is to contact the airlines directly to see if their trip, their plane is delayed or canceled for today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Morrell. So I want to thank James Morrell, Director of Public Transportation, from the NFTA for that update. Now, the big question, the question that's on everybody's mind is what the weather is going to be like. We have Mike Fries from the National Weather Service to give us the latest information. Mr. Fries?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The band of snow has basically sagged through the city earlier this morning and is now squarely in the south towns. Our expectation is that the band of snow will remain there through the rest of today and at least through midnight tonight. Currently, the band of snow is dropping between 2 and 3 inches of snow per hour, with periods of thunder snow coming out of the band as well. Through the rest of the day today, we expect probably around a foot of additional snow on top of what's already fallen in the south towns, with wind gusts through the day today averaging 40 to 45 miles an hour. Those will start to back off tonight down toward 30 miles an hour. Well after midnight tonight, into the AM hours of tomorrow, that band will start to come northward again. The band will not be as strong as it is now when it does. However, it will start to get toward South Buffalo and downtown Buffalo in the wee hours of the morning tomorrow and track its way through the city during the rest of the morning, ending up in the north towns by the afternoon tomorrow. As it's tracking through the city, in general, in the late hours of tonight, there's an expectation of about 1 to 3 inches of snow in the city. And then during the morning hours, as it continues to slowly edge its way northward through the city, possibly another 2 to 4 inches before it ends up in the north towns by tomorrow afternoon in a much weakened state from what it is. So while we're seeing snow rates today on the order of 2 to 3 and even occasionally 4 inches of snow per hour with very strong wind gusts, those snow rates will come down tonight, as will the wind gusts, and they'll come down further tomorrow. So conditions will be improving after a little bit of snow overnight into tomorrow morning in the city. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Fries, thank you very much for that update from the National Weather Service. I want to just remind viewers that the Sabres game for tomorrow has been pushed up to 12 noon in recognition of the Bills game being Monday at 4:30. So please be aware of that. Tonight's large annual Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King ceremony and celebration has been postponed until January 21st. I want to, as I conclude my comments and get ready to open up for the media's questions, just want to thank Governor Kathy Hochul and County Executive Mark Polenkars for their partnership and for the intense work that they and their staffs have put into all working together on the storm conditions that we're dealing with. With that, I'll open up to questions that members of the media have.
This is the first real test of the city's snow plan. How would you guys assess the effectiveness of the concern?
From what we're hearing from the public, residents, what we're hearing from agencies, what we're hearing from businesses, the snow plan is functioning well. I don't want to give myself any grades or give the city workforce any grades, but from what we are hearing from the public, what we are hearing from community-based agencies, what we're hearing from businesses in the city, everything right now at this point is working as we have planned. We've also been in touch with members of the City Council to update them on conditions and issues, and the City Council has expressed that they have been favorable for what they have seen as it relates to the snow plan and the implementation of the snow plan.
Mayor, what is the plan for the Steelers to get into the city for tomorrow? Has that been discussed at all?
Well, I will say that that is something that is not one of the issues that I'm going to be managing. Did speak to the governor yesterday, where the governor briefed the county executive and I on that. The state will be providing assistance for the Steelers to be able to get in. The governor has a briefing that's coming up shortly I will be traveling from here to join the governor at that briefing, and perhaps the governor will be providing more information on that during her briefing.
And then with these two sporting events tomorrow with the Sabres and the Bills, do you think that the city and surrounding areas will be in good enough condition for people to get to those and from those events?
We think that we will. Over 380 pieces of equipment in the city of Buffalo right now, working mains and residentials, and as the wind gusts blow snow back to where it has been plowed. As Commissioner Martin said, we continue to rotate and recover areas that have been previously plowed. We feel confident that the city will be ready for the Sabres game tomorrow at noon. And from speaking to County Executive Polenkars, he feels confident that county crews will be ready for the Bills game at 4:30 tomorrow.
Mayor, can you just talk about enforcing the travel ban and just how important it is for residents to adhere to that? I mean, even on our way down here, we saw a car kind of drift past and almost hit two pedestrians. So just kind of stress the importance of people kind of following that.
The travel ban is important for the safety of pedestrians and motorists. It gives us the ability to get into our main streets, secondary streets, and residentials to clean up the city. But the ultimate reason for the travel ban is for public safety. We want people to follow that travel ban. And as I indicated, the Buffalo Police are out in the city of Buffalo. We have written 164 tickets, and people should not expect that they can get away with violating the travel ban. Buffalo Police are out, they're active, and if they see someone violating the ban, they will write a ticket. I don't know if you have anything you want to add to that, Deputy Commissioner? Okay.
How much are those tickets?
The tickets are $75.
To that end, I mean, there are flights now starting to come into the Buffalo airport, so it would seem problematic for those who are trying to pick up passengers.
Yes,
Sure, we're aware that there are flights that's coming in. We will accommodate them at the airport until the ban is over. Okay?
So they're not allowed to leave the airport, or they?
At this point, we're following the ban. The NFTA is telling individuals not to come to the airport, check with their individual airlines, and flights that do come in, we're telling them that there's a ban on and that they will be accommodated at the airport.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
thank you, everyone.